Topeka, Kansas. That's the Ronald Reagan Museum
Wow.
Library.
I think it's been a lot of places.
Just a few, yeah. It's had a lot of different. Oh, we're live. You know how they used to do suitcases, put stickers on them? I do it with my drink carrier.
Can you take that on a plane? You have to pack it.
I gotta take all the drink out of it.
Well, sure. No
Yeah.
problem.
Hey, what's happening? Welcome to another episode of NADA 2019 in the box, MD Live. My name is Joey Little. Thank you for joining me. To my left, to your right, a man that is known throughout the land, Mr. Alex Moore.
Hello.
From Gary Crosley Ford in Liberty, Missouri, the home of Jesse James. Legends. How come you guys don't have a Jesse James motif at the dealership? Why don't you have like gunfights and stuff?
We do.
Oh, you have gunfights.
No, we don't. I mean, they got the Jesse James, the jail still there.
I know, but what out of the
house.
dealership? I'm saying, what? Listen.
I don't know. I
How
don't know.
happy would you be if you found out that Todd Crosley decided that he wanted to? Hold on, we got some of the. That's why we don't have bags up here. Extremely Christmas. Everybody's putting their bags up here in this area. They just walk up in the middle. It's like we're live. How happy would you be if Todd Crosley came down and said, "Hey, everybody's wearing chaps, and everybody's wearing cowboy hats"?
I would do it.
I know you would.
I would do it.
Man. It'd be awesome. Would you be like an old West gunfighter, or would you be more like the newer kind of like fancier looking cowboy with the ruffles and stuff?
With the ruffles.
Alex Moore and I go way back. Alex was my first friend at the first company that I worked at Vint Solutions. You were sitting right next to me. Alex was basically a performance manager is what your job was. You made your way back to the dealership side, and now at Gary Crosley Ford, Internet Director.
Actually, I'm just catch up. So this entire year, I've been
Master.
focusing on digital marketing.
Okay.
So we have a company that we work with that helps us with our media
Who's that?
and digital. Kelly & Kelly.
Yeah,
Great company.
Local company.
Yeah, local company. Great
Yeah.
company.
Good people. I just saw them earlier.
Yeah. So I have pulled a little bit of the digital piece over and done it from internally, right? So focused on our SEO, our SEM, doing that with dealer teamwork.
Yeah, Sean
yeah.
Stapleton, Eric
Yeah.
Notes, and all those guys. James.
Good stuff. I was able to rebuild our website and launch it new in July. So by jumping out of the BDC, that environment, I was trying to do both, and it's hard
Because
because
Marcus running the BDC now?
he is. He's
All
doing
right.
a great job.
So this is what you're focused on.
I'm focused on all digital
Self-taught,
marketing.
Or are you doing it? You're going to take. What are you doing?
all
Is that
of
why you
it.
come to NADA?
I'm taking classes online. Google, I mean, it's phenomenal.
there.
It's all there.
AdWords
Google,
certified yet?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to be.
Okay.
So the first time I even logged into Google Analytics was
Oh, you
literally
listed
like,
something. I see yourself up there, by the way. First time you logged into Google Analytics.
was like February of last year. And now I'm building my own reports, setting
Yeah.
up my own
Can you
infrastructure.
come help me build my reports?
Yeah, absolutely.
For Auto Alert.
That's
and
really
MD.
cool.
All right.
So, I mean,
It's
I've learned a
tedious.
lot, you know. Todd Crosley is really good at letting people do what they want to do and excel. As long as it makes sense. You know, I mean, as long as it makes sense for the dealership, right?
Yeah.
For everybody. And he's also good in the way that he'll let you fail just so you can succeed. So when I go to him with an issue, he doesn't really give me the answer. He kicks me down the right path, and I figure it out, and it's good for everybody. So now, you know, just tying everything together. So I'm in everything. I'm in Auto Alert all the time. I'm in the CRM all the time. On the back end of every single piece of whatever I use, Car Gurus, Cars.com, Podium. So I'm just constantly living in that environment.
Yeah. How do you like it?
I love it.
Yeah. How
I
long
love
you
it.
doing
Well, really since the first of the year, last year, since 2018.
Also a full year.
A full year.
What's going on in the industry? What are you seeing? What's stepping out of you? Everybody wants to know what's the best online lead source.
You know what? I think your website's the best online lead source. I really do. People are making their way to your website. Sometimes it is a referral from like a Cars.com or Car Guru. But a lot of our people are making it to us organically. That's about 70% of the people that reach us are organic. The other percent are coming through pay-per-click and referral sources, but it seems like our best closing ratio is on the organic people. People that are coming straight to GaryCrosleyFord.com.
Are they searching Gary Crosley Ford?
Yes.
Or are they searching like year, make, model, or do you have those specs coming in yet?
I do.
Yeah.
So they're, when you think about keywords, Ford dealership near me,
Yeah.
Ford, just the simple terms that people use, Ford dealership, Kansas City, Liberty, whatever, that's how they're making their way to us. Well, my focus has been to take care of those customers when they're there, because they're on the lot, so full transparency. We have no hidden prices. We're not, if you see like call for a vehicle that's not listed, price not listed, it just means that we don't have everything we need for that vehicle yet, but everything will be priced exactly accordingly. We're very transparent.
Full
Transparency.
So you said full transparency. I've got to say, I've bought my last 3 vehicles at Gary Crosley Ford
Yeah.
in Lincoln.
Yeah.
In Lincoln. It's been a long day to NADA.
Listen, man, I know you guys. I know what you guys are doing.
So if I didn't think I was getting a good deal, I didn't think I was, working it well, I wouldn't go back, right?
Right.
I don't care who owns the place. Like, it's my money. It's my money. It doesn't matter how much business we do with you. I want to do business with those that use AutoAlert, but if you didn't have full transparency in what you had, I wouldn't do business with you. And I choose to. Is customer loyalty and the customer experience part of what you're doing in digital?
Absolutely. And that's the challenge, right? It's not a challenge as much as it is a focus day in, day out to make sure we're connected with those customers. That's why AutoAlert, of course, is a big part of our day in, day out.
Yeah.
Because I have all of the right information to get with the right customer at the right time in the right vehicle. That's what we say,
Right.
but that's true. So every time I connect with a customer, whether it's a new CRM lead, previous customer, whether we're reaching out to them in a service drive and we're showing them, hey, just so you know,
Right.
this is where you are in your ownership journey. This is where you can go next, right? People don't know. I want to be more than just I'm thinking about getting another car. Let me go ahead and just submit a lead. Nobody's
Right.
submitting leads right now. Form submissions are down so low. I don't even count them anymore.
Really?
I pay attention to them, but I'm not really worried about form submissions. People are calling the dealership again. People are walking into the dealership. So the walk-in exists again, but there's a reason they walked in now.
Right.
Whether they saw you on your own website, whether it was a third-party source, through pay-per-click, targeted or retargeted banner ads, the walk-in exists. It's crazy to say, but
Because everybody says, well, you just proved that there's no such thing as a walk-up, or but there is. They're looking at your stuff online.
Yes.
They're influenced by it somehow, somewhere.
they're influenced by somehow,
That moment of
somewhere.
truth for them to come do business with you has happened.
Right.
And they decided to come, whether it was price point or they've done business with you before.
Absolutely.
And here's a question I get from a lot of dealers that are out there, because you're handling digital. It also means that you're kind of handling online reputation. I see what you're doing. How is, I know that's something that happened in the last year or so, year and a half. There was a lot of people, there was a lot of people in the community that, not in the community, I would say they were just trolling you, right? They were trolling the dealership. They were just, nobody had done business with you before. They disagreed with something that had happened.
Right.
And they just were giving bad review after bad review. And I've stepped in a little bit to kind of help, but I know that you've kind of really taken that over. What is your philosophy behind that, and to other dealerships that need a crisis situation?
Actually, one, I let them speak. And I read 800 reviews, it was, as you know.
790 of them had never done business with you.
Right. It was just, and that kind of stuff happens, but we let them speak. If they said anything vulgar or they showed pictures of anybody's family or anything, of course I blocked them. But other than that, I let them speak. And just through natural attrition, the reasons they were mad kind of went away themselves. You know, we had people that were, I'm never shopping there again. They started coming back. You know, I mean, through our community outreach, we do everything with Variety KC, with the Chiefs Ambassadors. We do a lot of stuff for kids.
I've noticed
That brings a lot of people back in.
there's a lot of BS when it comes to like, I'm never going to do business with you
It's
again.
true.
Because if you had a good customer experience, you get, I guess, you agree with it's just emotion happening at that moment, right?
Right.
I've always said, I'm never going to Applebee's again. And I'll find
It's
myself
an
in
immediate
Applebee's.
emotion.
Right.
Right.
And so, so that's died down and that's kind of come under control.
Absolutely.
You guys didn't really see a hit from that at all? or-
Actually, we did.
oh, really?
But yeah, it did slow down a little bit. And anybody that hasn't come back because of those reasons, it'll happen to them again somewhere else, and they won't go back. They're uneducated.
Right, I get it. They're going to be mad at
there's-
one place. You're going to be mad at anybody if you're going to
Right,
be triggered.
right.
Something that I talk about, that I'm talking about in my, trying to see if that was our old boss over there. It's not.
That's
Looking around the corner. I get distracted. Something I talk about in my session tomorrow morning workshop here at NADA that I brought up yesterday is the salesperson at we'll just say Gary Crosley Ford,
Okay.
creating their own marketing plan for personal branding. I know that a couple of them are not at the dealership. They moved on to a different, just bring up
Yes,
like
true.
Barron, right?
Yeah.
And Barron, all hard into it, was bought into this company that provided him with his own website, gave him social media, right?
Yeah.
And Barron's a good example because he's one of the guys that I thought that it was doing it good and he didn't. But there's others out there that are basically taking leads away from the dealership. The work that you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
and follow me on this, because I'm not boots on the ground. The problem that I see is that these salespeople that are building their own brand, right? They're basically creating a Rolodex of customers. And if a customer needs something, they'll reach out to them and they'll submit their information to that salesperson.
Right.
And unless they sell the car, that information's not going into the CRM
And we don't
eventually
know.
into the DMS.
You know.
I just wonder if that's anything that weighs on you, or if you've thought about it, or
So, about 6-7 months ago, I noticed that. I caught, you know, I was doing some searches myself, and I caught, you know, Gary Crosley Ford on his person's Facebook page rather than ours, and to be honest with you, I am so excited that you brought it up yesterday because I want to circle back to that. I want to deep dive into that with you.
I think that would be a good. I want
Yeah.
to discover that. Your boots on the ground. I have some strategy behind that. It's people in my workshop were just asking, how do you stop it? How do you?
Right, and I was asking myself that 6 months ago.
And it's
And,
not all of it. It's not every.
No, and it's not crazy. It's not being
And
crazy
if
right
they
now.
leave the
you
dealership,
know?
they're taking that Rolodex with them.
Right. Right.
And now that we're in such, you guys are so ingrained into Auto Alert and using data to upgrade customers, and if you don't have that data, it's not sitting there. Then
Right.
Yeah. So you got a lot of fans here. There's a lot of fans. There's H. Look at Lori's here. Nobody can see.
I know.
So maybe you
I
know
love you
what?
guys,
I'm
man.
going to come up to the dealership in the next couple of weeks and sit down and
We'll go in the conference room and we'll get lunch and we'll do it.
I'm going to
we'll
open
go,
up a
we'll go at it.
microphone and we're just going to talk,
Okay.
right? And we're going to strategize.
Perfect.
Maybe bring Drew. I don't know. Sometimes he can be a handful. He's that guy down there.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, I think maybe, and here's would be cool. Next year, NADA or Digital Dealer, we put together a plan and you apply to speak, and you speak about it. I think that's, you know what I mean?
That'd be fun.
Have you ever thought about doing that?
You know what? I haven't. I went to Digital Dealer the first time as a dealer. I went to Digital Dealer in Tampa Bay in 2014.
Yeah.
And there was these round tables, and I walked in this room, and it was Joe Webb or somebody had me sit at his round table, and I sat there all day, and people were like filtering in and out,
yeah,
and I was
yeah.
talking about, I would just shoot from the hip, but it was fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun. I would do it again for sure.
We could set it up. Maybe we can do a duo.
Yeah,
Batman
that would
and
be
Robin.
amazing.
Would you be Batman or Robin? Who would you be?
I'd have to be a Robin.
Would you? Why do you have to be Robin?
I don't know. I look like
Because
a
you're
Robin.
a former.
You look like a Batman. I look like a Robin.
Fat man.
I said Batman.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I love the fact that Alex and I also had a personal relationship that we shared a room or two while working together. I'm going to embarrass him right now. I'm just going to tell you, Drew, because the cameras are off, aren't they? Yeah, we're not streaming. I love this guy so much. I love this guy so much. He seems so nice, and he is. He's a wonderful, always positive guy. But have you ever heard of scream snoring?
Dude, listen, I don't know what we were drinking that night. But it was crazy.
Yeah, just the middle of the night. Have you heard of night terrors? Night terrors. No, this is real. We shared a room because this is way back.
That was our first.
Yeah, the infancy of Vin Solutions.
Yeah.
Before it grew, that everybody can get their own room, and we shared a room, two different beds. Not that I wouldn't have minded one bed. I mean, we're bros. And you've heard of night terrors, where somebody wakes up in the middle of the night and just starts screaming. Take night terrors and mix it with snoring at a very loud octave. Alex gave me that one evening, just scream snoring. I think it was the Patron or something.
It might have been, man.
But
that was crazy.
When you're on the road and you go into, I'm sorry to embarrass you to the hundreds of thousands of people watching this around the world. But Alex Moore, I think we've got a plan. Talk to
that'd be
Gary,
awesome.
Talk to Todd. I think that we should. I brought it up to Terry Miller at Galpin Ford, and he didn't even think it was. It's one of those you don't know what you don't know now.
Yeah.
And Terry's like, what? They can get their own website? They have lead forms on it? I was like, yeah.
I'm telling you.
What the, right? So, thanks for watching. I do believe here in a little bit, Terry Miller's going to be here.
Oh, nice.
Tasca. There's a wager going between these two guys on the Super Bowl. So if you can stick around. If you can't, you can. Alex Moore, Gary Crosley Ford. You can reach him online, Twitter, which is at Big Sexy from Louisiana Today, 2019. Hashtag.
That was awesome. That was really cool.
All right, man.
Awesome.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, you.
Okay, show this. Just put a. Recognize that? You recognize? He's gonna switch cameras on us. You see?
Yeah, it looks familiar.
That's a good-looking picture. Look at that. You're up there too in the.
Yeah, not too shabby.
That's Bob Tasca. Bob Tasca, how are you doing?
Great to be here, Joey.
You got so many titles. You got so many things going on, but I know race car driver is up there at the top. NHRA Nitro funny car, the Mustang funny car from Ford Performance. How you doing?
Man, I'm telling you, I haven't been this excited entering a season in my whole career. I tell you, being out here at San Francisco at NADA and just being around all the vendors and the energy, it's just, the automotive business is just a fantastic business to be in. And we got racing coming up. We got so much going on that side of the deal. We got start racing next week in Phoenix testing. A big year for me. Oh yeah, next week. It's a big year for me. A lot of new things to talk about. We got a new team member, and Mike Green, a co-crew chief to the car.
Yeah, I saw that news come out.
He's a 30-plus year veteran out there, won multiple championships. He's going to be paired up with Eric Lane, who was my crew chief last year. We got a brand new body that Ford Performance.
When is this going to be out there? When are we going to be able to see what Ford's been doing?
We're going to unveil it on Tuesday. It's been 1 year in the making. It's the first time Ford has ever designed a body from start to finish on a computer. We've never put it in a wind tunnel. We've done all the modeling in CAD, and it is the slipperiest Mustang that will ever go down a drag strip.
Once again, you're using data. Again, that's just your middle name.
The world revolves around data, so we're going to unveil the car on Tuesday in Phoenix at the test session. It's a big 4-day test session for our team. We ended the year at one of the top cars in the country, with 2 semifinals, 2 quarterfinals. We just had a fantastic end to 2018, and we want to pick up where we left off. We lost 2 races at the end of the year, one by 0.02 of a second.
Yeah.
That's 0.002.
Yeah.
And 0.004 at over 320 miles per hour. And when we have the new body, which we'll have next week, those are races that we start to win.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. I got all my core guys back. That speaks volume. These guys dedicate their lives. They're on the road, 200 plus days a year. And got all my guys back. Added a real smart guy with Mike Green. Eric Lane is a young up and coming superstar. I hope I didn't forget how to drive. I've been out of the seat for a few months. I feel all right.
Get a rental here in San
It's
Francisco.
gonna come back to me really, really fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a great year. We announced 5 races with Auto Alert next year.
That's awesome.
Which is awesome. We got some really big races with Auto
First one
Alert.
coming up in Las Vegas. We're going to do the 4 wides.
4 wide in Las Vegas with an all new look on an all new race car.
Crazy.
We haven't released that yet, but it's an awesome looking race car.
We've been releasing it to our teams,
internally. We haven't done it publicly, but it'll be a really, really cool looking car, and love to interact with all the dealers around the country that support Auto Alert, and it's going to be an exciting year. I can't wait to get going.
Yeah, we owe you. We actually owe you, Mike DeLay, our CEO at Auto Alerts. Basically, Don Favero, Kendall Billman, all of them owe you. Myself, wearing Patriot hats.
Yeah, there was a game I think about a week or so ago. How'd that end up? How'd that end up?
We're a Kansas City-based company in the AFC Championship game. All I'm going to say is that if racing came down to a coin flip, you'd be very upset about that.
I can tell you this. I was pretty confident that my Patriots are going to win. And then we got to overtime, and I said to my wife, I said, well, whoever wins the coin toss is going to win the game.
Yes.
And we got a little bit of luck there, but what a game. It was great. And, now we're off to the Super Bowl. And I got a friend of mine, Terry Miller. You might have seen a little, back and forth already on social media that we bet each other a barbecue at one another's dealership. So he runs a small store in LA called Galpin Ford.
Yeah, little tiny store.
A little tiny store, mom and pop store. My good friend Bo Bachman and his dad, and we run a decent sized store on the East Coast. So if the Patriots win, I'm inviting Terry Miller out in the dead of winter. He's coming out and he's doing a barbecue at 2 degrees.
I think he's required. I think the invite is just being nice. He's required.
He's coming out and he's going to cook for my whole dealership. And if by some bizarre chance the Patriots lose, then I'm going to be going out to California cooking for them. So
and which for you, you're a vegan. You keep yourself in good shape.
He doesn't know this yet.
Yeah.
But it's going to be vegan hamburgers and vegan hot dogs.
Well, it is LA, so I don't think they'll be that shocked.
He doesn't know this yet. But no, we'll have some fun, and that's just part of the Auto Alert family.
Are you a big fan of the Tom Brady lunch, which is kale juice and cucumber?
Well, funny you mentioned that. I was vegan before Tom was, but he got all the credit. He's a lot more famous than me. But I eat the TB12 meals. So if you go to purplecarrot.com, Tom Brady sells what he eats.
Yeah.
And that's part of my diet when I'm home.
How come you're not getting that endorsement?
I know that. Tom, what did you do to me,
Where's
Tom?
your publicist? We got to wear your manager.
But no, he eats a lot of the same foods I eat.
So I'll have to check. I got to make sure with Terry that he's accepting your challenge. I know you guys.
That's our secret, Joey. That's our secret.
Okay.
Plus, you don't have to worry about that. Patriots aren't gonna lose.
I don't know where to sit. We're gonna get in. I want to talk to you about data because I don't know where to sit being a Kansas City guy. We've lost to both of you, right? You just sent me an article this morning, and Dominican Sue he went down.
Yeah. So I wake up this morning and I read this BangShift.com site, and Dominic Sue. Now I don't know if it's real. I think it's real, but yeah, he crashed a Porsche on Tuesday, and I'm like, you're gonna play in the Super Bowl in a week. I probably wouldn't be driving a Porsche.
Belichick was out there letting the air out.
Well,
of
hey,
his
listen,
tires,
if
right?
he's watching, if he wants to drive my funny car next Wednesday or Thursday before the Super Bowl, I'll invite you down to Phoenix.
You'll have the tires up.
I'll be ready to go.
Bob, not only a race car, a friend of many people, a wagering man with Terry Miller, betting lunch and who's going to cook it, but you're also, man, you are deep in the gravy when it comes to data. Data gravy, man. And on the racetrack, in the pit, and at your stores at Tasca Auto Group. When it comes to data, we're getting into new things like artificial intelligence and things like that. How are those working together, the data and AI with Tasca and Tasca Auto Group?
Well, I tell my team, I say, listen, you can't fight math. Like 2 + 2 will always be 4. And I'm a data guy. So when I'm racing and we're trying to find 2,000ths of a second, you got to go back to the math.
Yeah.
And when I'm back in the dealership, it's the same thing. When I look at numbers, it's either to celebrate or to figure out how to make them better, right? That's the only reason why I look at a number.
Right.
Otherwise, don't waste your time. And when we look at Auto Alert and we look at the sheer magnitude of the opportunity and all of the alerts that we have in our database, it can be overwhelming. And you guys are coming out with a product that, you know, I think it's going to be one of the single best integrations that you do, and that's taking AI, artificial intelligence, and going out to all these alerts with an email and develop a conversation with thousands of people at the same time, and I don't have to hire anybody.
Right.
And then through those conversations, we can identify the customers that are in alert status that want more information.
Isn't that crazy?
And that'll supercharge my team, because now rather than bogging them down in calling thousands and thousands of contacts, which we physically can't even staff for, we can do it in an automated fashion. So, you know, Terry Miller out there at Galpin launched it in December. They had great success. We've already signed up for it, and I just know that it's going to dramatically improve our team's performance.
When you're working with your 20 group, because I know you're one of the biggest Ford, the powerhouses of Ford Motor Company dealerships, with Gary Crosley Ford and J.P. Miller and Sam Pack, and is Apple still with you guys?
No.
They got out,
Yeah.
but you've constantly these giant. When it comes to data, who's matching up with you? Who's focused on the data as much as you are when it comes to other dealers?
Well, man, I got to tell you, Sam Pack, 5-star Ford.
Yeah.
You know, God bless him. He's one of my mentors in my life. Those of you that know Sam, he's about as data-driven as anyone I've ever
Really?
met. So, you know, he's all about the numbers and understanding them. And, you know, what he's really taught me, you know, my grandfather and, you know, Freddie Beans, people that I really hold the highest esteem, is what is the data telling you? What is it telling you? You know, people, I think, sometimes look at numbers just to look at numbers. And for me, I want to look at a number and I want to be really happy about it, that it's great, or I want to say it's not good, and what do we have to do to make it great? And then put the processes in place to really move the needle. And, you know, on the auto alert side of the fence, you know, you guys took an untapped resource in our dealership, which was our data, and made it easy for us to slice, dice, dissect, target, pinpoint. And what it did to some extent is overwhelmed us.
Yeah.
Because we were like, wow. Like, we didn't realize there was that much of an opportunity in our database. And then, you know, with the direct mail and direct email, and now with the AI that's coming in, and it's fantastic. And a company that I'm involved with, Warranty My Ride, is going to be the next phase of taking all those warranty alerts, which again are overwhelming. And I can tell you that in our store, we did nothing with them for years.
Yeah.
And we're going to be able to now to market to those customers with a email-driven product and a direct mail-driven product and a service lane product, where we'll be able to give the advisors within seconds the ability to price out an extended warranty. And then through Pearls, where a customer in an email can click a link and take them to a website and in seconds be able to price out a warranty for them. And then ultimately, the customers that don't buy, all of that data goes back to Auto Alert, and we can now look at a customer's profile and say that they were looking at this warranty for this term, for this many miles, and if they don't buy an extended warranty, then we can try to use that information to make the case of buying a car more compelling.
Right.
It's all data. And I think the companies that will win are the ones that can access the data at the optimal time and be able to push marketing information to our customer base at the optimal time, and convert that into...
With the right message.
With the right message, convert that into new car sales, used car sales, or warranty sales.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what we want to sell. We want to sell one of the three, and it's you know, I've never worked with a company such as Auto Alert that is so focused on data and timing of the data in my career.
And I know Warranty My Ride is it's about to explode. I know just from selling, if you sold warranties through our product, Auto Alert, it pays for the system itself, and then all the cars you sell from it.
Well, it's great because the way that we have it built up is that we brand it in the name of the dealership. So it's not some third-party hack that goes after our customer base. It's a product that's branded in the name, and everyone that sells, the dealer gets a commission, and they set the commission. We recommend some amounts, but at the end of the day, the dealer sets their own commission. So it's their message, their customers, their commission, and we know that a customer under warranty is 80% more likely to service at the dealership.
Right, absolutely.
And the beauty is that if we get a 2% conversion, whatever the number is, the 98% that don't buy the warranty, we just gained a lot more information that we can hopefully sell them a newer used car.
That 80% also flips from what I've noticed is that when the warranty runs out for a customer, there's an 80% chance that they're not coming back to your dealership.
Correct.
Even I've seen that as high as 87%.
Correct. And there's nothing more important than us to keep the relationship with our customers as strong as possible. And Auto Alert gives us so many tools to do that.
We always talk about sales. We always talk about the front of the house. We talk about marketing. We talk about data. What I want to talk real quick is fixed ops with you, because I heard something yesterday about Tasca. Blew my mind because I've never heard this before. Your service is open 96 hours a week.
Yeah.
Is this correct?
That's true.
You're open till midnight.
Till midnight.
Yep. You open, what time in the morning do it?
7 a.m.
7 a.m. That's got to be a ton of ROs. But that's a customer experience change.
Yeah.
And I can understand you guys probably did it because people work.
Correct.
People, right?
Well, we wanted to be open for our customers that worked, and we wanted to be open for our truck customers that need us to fix their car when they're not working.
Yeah.
And it's been a part of our family's philosophy, since the 60s. My grandfather had service until midnight.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he's so far ahead of his time, it's crazy. But we've exploded. We've always believed that sales opens the door for service, but service keeps the door open for sales. And if you're not servicing your customers, the chances of them buying another vehicle from you are slim.
That's just, I heard that, and I'm glad you solidified that for me. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Last thing is, how's Tasca Parts doing? Because I see your commercials when I'm watching drag racing, or if I'm watching you on YouTube or whatever.
TascaParts.com. It's been a great brand for us. We started it about 10 years ago now, and I never dreamed that we'd be selling as many parts online as we have. I mean, it's 104 people. It's over $4 million a month in sales, and it's thinking different, right? If you say to yourself, how could you sell a part online to a customer that could buy it anywhere in the country, but it comes down to service, right? They can, from the convenience of their home, they can shop online, get it delivered to their house, and we have a dedicated group of men and women every day that fulfills that promise. So big part of our company, big part of our business, and it's a big growth part of what we do.
It's Bob Tasca. One last thing, I got to go back to the Terry Miller thing, because I remember a conversation I had with him is, if LA wins and you make your way out to the Valley in Los Angeles, Terry Miller not only wants you signing autographs for everybody at the dealership, with the nice hero cards, but also I believe he wants you in your full fire suit in 102-degree temperature in Los Angeles, and the helmet on while you're on that grill.
Well, I can tell you what, if the Patriots lose, be my pleasure to go out there to the Galpin team, who I have the highest respect for, and sign autographs with my helmet on and my fire suit on. So, Terry, challenge accepted. Now, I'll have to put a little spin if he comes out to Rhode Island, maybe in a bathing suit and a short sleeve shirt.
I like that.
In February,
I like that.
in Rhode Island, it might be just fine.
I don't know if he's even felt cold temperature for a while, but that's great. So the wager's on.
The wager's on.
We got LA, we
Game
got Tasca
on.
versus
Go.
Galpin, LA versus New England.
LA versus New England.
And also you're going to see Bob Tasca. The series starts next week in Phoenix to do some testing.
No, Pomona. It starts
Pomona,
and then Pomona in 2 weeks, February 6th, 7th, and 9th.
It starts, and I can't wait to come out. I think I'm going to bring Drew with me.
All right.
We're going to have more equipment to cover the races this year. 5 races, so get you a passport. I don't know why you need it. It just sounds fun, right? Bob Tasca, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks a lot. Oh, yeah, Mark too, he can come.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Great.
Yeah,
So
good stuff.
That went live, but we have the tape.
Cut it up.
yeah,
I'll put it on
yeah.
my camera.
If there's any